The fuel crisis is shocking in this country, and they're being charged an absolute fortune. And I know, because I'm a taxi driver, that the price just keeps going up and up and up. And all they're looking for is a meeting with the government, and they're refusing to meet them. But they'll meet with certain organisations rather than listen to the actual farmers and the people that are struggling with this. So I'm supporting and I'm in solidarity with them, because this affects everyone. When this happens, it's from the farm to the fork. So eventually the price will just filter into the supermarket, and in this cost of living crisis, Ben, when people have no money and can't get by, they're literally picking between buying messages or putting heating in their home. It's people are choosing between buying nappies for their children or turning the electricity on. Like, this has to stop. The government are just so out of kilter with what's going on in this country. They're on over 100 grand a year in the doll. You know, they don't live in the real world of people only on 20, 30,000, people on welfare, farmers, small businesses. I mean, a point in town, Ben, was I noticed yesterday and today, you see people, right, going through town about their business. They don't have any bags. They're not shopping. Like you know, this expenditure, like they can't lie. Retail Ireland needs to come out and address that. It's just shocking what's going on. But the government should be meeting these people, sitting down and proper engagement, because at the end of the day, it's from the farm to the fork. They'll do their handshakes with the certain organisations that suit them, but the real average everyday farmer and everyday worker in a low paid job that gets up and goes to work every morning and pays their tax, do they help them? No. The increased property taxes in the middle of a cost of living crisis and a rental crisis, the increased rents on people in social housing when there's already people in arrears. This makes no sense. We have a bunch of clowns in the doll. That's what it is. They don't represent. These people don't represent the working class. I mean, some of them have tabs of €60,000 in the doll bar. You know, they've overspent on the children's hospital that's still not built. The security hut, the bicycle shed, taxpayers' money after taxpayers' money wasted down the Swanee. Well, we haven't got enough police on the street. Our city's not safe. This is time and time again, and they're not listening, Ben. So what are people meant to do? And then he has the audacity to say, oh, don't strike. Well, no. Look, I couldn't give a shit what Micheál Martin says, because he doesn't give a shit about these people. And he doesn't give a shit about the kids that are trying to get... The mads are trying to look after the children in this country. What are we meant to leave for them? Like, you're meant to give them a good upbringing and give them something to look forward to. But at the moment, there's not a lot to look forward to in this country. And those politicians in the doll only represent their own back pockets. And I'll tell you why. Because they say they're opposition. You know, you have Sinn Féin, the Social Democrats voted for a property tax to go up, right? But they say they're opposition. Well, if you come out and you stand with farmers and say, we're the opposition, we support you. Well, what are you standing in the doll with them for? Walk out of the doll. Actually say, listen, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, you are not being negotiable, you aren't workable with, so I'm not going to negotiate with you. Walk out and stand with the people. Don't turn up at 3 o'clock in the day on a protest yesterday for a photograph and say, oh yeah, we're with you. They don't represent anyone. It's all politics. But deep down, people are really struggling. Like, they can't manage. These people have every right to protest, and I stand with them, and I will continue to stand with them.